Ladies and gentlemen, G-Rex, and this is animal facts that will impress your teacher for 10 minutes straight. Impress your teacher? So what, you learn shit here and just go to school and just spew out facts, is that it? Alright, this is by the channel Casual Geographic, compilation of some of my most popular TikTok videos. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, okay. Drink water, hug your mother. Okay, I love Casual Geographics because sometimes it's really funny, but most time it's terrifying and creepy and fucked up. Sometimes, you know, he even gives out certain facts that, I don't know, I need certain distraction after reacting to this video, let's just say, because otherwise my day is ruined. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know which type of videos to react to more, I guess. Check out the Twitter account that I started for this channel, in which, you know, every time I upload a video, I tweet it out there, I guess. So, you know, follow me there so you'll know when I upload next reaction video, because YouTube notification is not that great, I guess. And yeah, check out the link in the description with all of my videos. Check out the cast, check out the end cast, and let's watch it.
So I finally figured out something about Finding Nemo that's been bothering me for a very long time, and I'm here to share the knowledge. Roll the clip. That right there, I never knew what the hell that was, but it turns out it's actually a large sea slug called a nudibranch, and this specific one is known as a Spanish dancer. As a sea slug, it's a mollusk, which makes it related to octopus, squids, and snails. They're found in tropical waters and they prefer rocky coral reefs, so it actually makes a lot of sense that they were there. They got their name because their swimming looks like the movement of a Spanish flamenco dancer's dress. And because I am the way I am, I have to tell you that they have a very weird sex life. Because they're technically male and female, they sword fight, and the first one to get stabbed in the head and injected becomes the female that holds the fertilized eggs. Now that we got that out the way, please enjoy this video.
Okay, I see.
There's a really weird fact you didn't know about one of the animals in Madagascar. Remember these guys? Yeah, Fossa are real, and even though the movie made them look like meth cats, they're closely related to mongoose. And they're bigger than you think, growing up to 6 feet long. But what the movie got right is that Fossa are the biggest optolemurs, with 50% of their victims being King Julian and friends. But by far the weirdest thing about them is how they mate. Because during mating season, the lady Fossa will pick a tree to stay in and wait for the males to come to her, and you're gonna understand why that pun was 100% intended. The female then proceeds to get ran through like a track meet by up to 8 males, one after another, for up to 14 hours in total. The reason it lasts so long is because the male's equipment is covered in spikes, meaning they get stuck to one another. Sometimes an hour after they finish, they're still tied to each other, and yes, it's as uncomfortable as you think. One session with one male can last up to 3 hours, and remember, they take on the whole team. I'm talking about starting lineup and the bench. So if you ever hear the shrill cry of a Fossa in the jungle, it's probably a female getting choo-chooed. No wonder they were so angry. So a lot of people
it's an
DM
orgy,
me on
let's be
Instagram
honest.
ask if this meme was true or not. My best answer is yes and no. No, because the mother quokka doesn't literally.
Wait, what is a mother quokkas after throwing their own baby at a predator to survive? That face is too much. Damn.
Ask if this meme was true or not. My best answer is yes and no. No, because the mother quokka doesn't literally pick up her own child and yeet it towards certain death. Quokkas aren't physically strong enough to yeet anything, let alone its own child. That being said, if a mother quokka's being chased by like a dingo or something and she feels like she's not going to make it, she'll purposely loosen the muscles in her pouch until her joey falls out. When the baby hits the ground, it'll wiggle around and cry for its mother, but its mother's already made a business decision and that child is no longer a part of her future. The baby's only salvation comes in the afterlife because all of his wriggling and screaming does is earn the attention of the predator. While the baby suffers an unethically late-term abortion, Mother of the Year escapes and leaves him to his fate. So to answer your question, no, mother quokkas don't throw their babies. What they do is basically like if you were pushing a stroller while being chased by a bear, and then you press the button to make the baby fall out of the stroller and face the consequences. Moral of the story, there's no CPS for quokkas and they act accordingly. If I can't make you like snakes,
Yeah, so quokkas like, yeah, you know, I can always have another baby. There is no place for any sentiment here. This is literally the wild. We are literally in the wild. Of course I do this.
just a little bit more, I guess you can unfollow me. The smallest snake in the world is the Barbados thread snake, which is less than 4 inches long. A mother python will hug her clutch of eggs and shiver to keep her unborn children warm. And she's so dedicated that she'll go weeks without eating just so she can protect them at all times. A baby snake is called a snakelet. Many snakes like the Sonoran coral snake fart when they get nervous as a defense mechanism. Lions roar, wolves growl, snakes fart. Go figure. You can actually keep your snake busy for hours by turning on the TV in front of it. This is because they're fascinated by the heat signature and wavelength coming from the TV and not the poor writing in it. The hognose snake will play dead whenever it's afraid, and to really sell it, they'll roll over and stick their tongue out. Scientists believe the venom from some snakes like the Pico jackfruit snake can be used to fight cancer. And it wouldn't even be the first time a snake bailed us out. Snake venom was actually used to create Captopro, which is used to
Do you know how we know that we don't know much about cancer and how it works? Because everything fucking helps with cancer or causes cancer. Every herbal medicine you'll ever hear of. I mean, I'm not talking about just, bullshit, but medicines that probably, scientists have checked it out, right? Every one of those herbal medicine probably helps with the cancer. And some of the things probably also causes cancer because we don't know shit. That's the case.
Treat high blood pressure, prevent heart failure, and kidney problems in diabetic patients. If you have a family member with diabetes, a snake could be the reason they're still alive. You still don't like them. This picture is the best I can do. Some of the deadliest, most vicious animals on the planet, but as babies. Hippos are 3,000-pound carriers of death and destruction that erase at least 500 names a year. This four-legged nuke claps crocodiles, cripples lions, and with a 2,000-pound bite force, this hydrated hellhorse has one of the most devastating bites on the planet. Yeah. Just look at those teeth. Rhinos are Weight Watchers unicorns with personality disorder and a trigger list longer than the entire African census. With a top speed of 35 miles per hour, a motivated rhino could brutally impale any man, lion, or car in front of it thanks to a 50-inch murder weapon of a horn. Here's an example of the horrific carnage this beast can inflict.
Even the babies are one of the most dangerous animals in the world, so I built this cage to keep them secure so there's no possible, oh my god.
Polar bears are the largest land predators in the world at 10 feet, 1,500 pounds. This Satan bear has black skin because it's always...
I'm not gonna lie, I thought in that video that baby is just basically gonna, headbutt that guy, but no, that didn't happen.
Dress for your funeral, since this Caucasian carnivore is the only animal to actively hunt humans. This is the face of a vehicle of massacre that's aware of global warming and knows who to punish for it. Sea otters are the bane of the universe and a personification of true malice. This abominable sea weasel takes what it wants, and unfortunately that includes the virginity and life of baby seals, not always in that order. Misanthropic Titanic hell.
Link in the description, what? Oh, it's a game. Okay.
State of survival.
I've been given pretty baby-faced waste of oxygen.
Okay, seriously, this guy has a 1.5 million subscriber and he can afford sponsored content now. And he still can't afford a proper green screen and a proper software because this is really makes I don't know. It has become a charm, I guess. That's why he's continuing to do that. Or maybe he's just not. He just doesn't want to put that kind of effort into it, proper green screen and shit. Because I don't think this is he's doing this with the green screen. Certain webcams have just software that they edit out the background by themselves without any green screen. Which this kind of effect happens where it kind of works but not completely.
Someone on Instagram said I couldn't ruin parrots, so I'm gonna make it your problem. They're the worst possible pets to have if you have commitment issues because not only can they live as long as you, they can live long enough to be at your funeral. They can live up to 100 years, so if you're talking to somebody that won't commit to you but they have a parrot, they just don't like you. If you pet a parrot the wrong way, you can accidentally turn them on and make them sexually frustrated. This could cause the parrot to choose you as their mate, and since they don't believe in divorce and can live for a century, good luck with that. Parrots were the only animals that Steve Irwin was afraid of. The man that took a cobra kiss and fed a crocodile with a baby in his hand was afraid of parrots because they would try to bite his nose off. The mother electus parrot will murder her own children if they turn out to be male. This is because the female chicks grow up faster, so she'll murk the sons and focus all her energy on the females because parrots can't spell equality. Parrots might be the only animals that murder their children based on their gender. Except for humans. Yeah. Sometimes. You have to be really careful around a parrot with chicks because if you stress them out in any way, they'll rush over to their nest and beat their chicks to death. Remember when I said parrots could live long enough to be in your funeral? Former President Andrew Jackson's pet parrot had to be kicked out of his funeral because he kept swearing. Don't know what he said, but it was bad facts, but you're gonna wish you never asked for them. Sometimes the mother and her son will team up to murder the baby of another female. Why? With the baby now a memory, the female is not free to mate with the son, so the mom commits homicide to get her son laid. Orcas figured out that they can paralyze great white sharks by flipping them over, and once they do this, they'll tear it apart and eat its liver and testes. They'll even bite off its tail fin so they can't even escape. Sharks are so afraid of these murder dolphins that they'll abandon their hunting grounds for a year.
I know everybody just said that humans are the worst animals on the planet, but are we sure about that? Because the more I react to this channel, I'm like, humans are not that bad. After reading all that dolphin shit and what the heinous shit these animals do on the planet.
If they run into an orca once. They've been known, on record, to clap moose swimming between islands. They play baseball with seals by slapping them up to 80 feet in the air. They'll hacky sack the poor seal until its skin falls apart and its guts fly out. Sometimes they won't even eat the seal afterwards, meaning this act of violation was purely for sport. Speaking of which, they'll pimp
Yeah, orcas are really fucked up like that. They don't do things for survive. They just do that because they want to.
stingrays to death for no reason other than I guess Steve Irwin still has shooters out here. Orcas will knowingly mess with other animals by creating waves that knocks them off the ice. And once again, they won't even eat the animal, they'll wait for it to get back on the ice just so they can knock them down again. That is textbook harassment. They'll chase baby whales to exhaustion, tear their tongues out and eat them, and then leave the mutilated baby whale alone. Conclusion, Willie should have never been freed. I hate to be that guy, but since a lot of people ask me about this, I figured I'd just tell you, no, sea otters don't do this, and for two reasons. Number one, a sea otter's biggest ops are great white sharks and killer whales, and I wish you would try to get compassion out of a homicidal steroid dolphin and a murder guppy. If an otter did this, it would get clapped disrespectfully. And reason number two, I promise you an animal that kidnaps its own kind and deathstrokes baby seals has no idea what compassion is. What a mother sea otter actually does when threatened is she'll grab her pup by the loose skin of the neck and then dive until they reach safety. Motivated sea otter can swim as fast as Phelps and can change direction fast enough to juke a shark. But wholesome fact, while the mother otter is diving for food, she'll wrap her baby in kelp so it doesn't drift away. She'll spend most of her time fluffing her baby while floating on her back, something she does for months. Which is why for the first few months of its life, the only bed the otter pup ever knows is its own mother. When she's not spending 14 hours a day hunting for food to feed her little baby, she's teaching her otter toddler how to swim. Now, I've slandered otters an awful lot, but there's one thing you can't deny, and it's that they're great mothers. But no, they don't use their baby to get sympathy from sharks that will not get you far. 5 animals that are menaces for no...
Yeah, because why would shark give a fuck? Oh, it's a baby, so I guess, I won't eat you. I don't care. Like 1 + 1. It's a win-win situation. But yeah, seriously, I mean, sometimes, when you hear certain animals, certain mothers, like this, even the snake, basically go out of their way to just, protect their babies. Like, of course they do. You instinctively think that. But after reading about other animals who does not give a fuck about their babies, every time you hear any animal who basically protects their babies, like, isn't that cute? Because it is. Not every animal does that.
No reason. These Weight Watchers unicorns are legally blind and they treat everything as a threat as malicious equality, which also means they have a short temper that makes them G-check warthogs for no reason.
Whoa, this is just wrong.
Octopus, because scientists found out that they punch fish for no reason other than pure vibes. Octopus have terrible childhoods, they're born orphans, have sex once, and then die. But generational trauma is no excuse to Mike Tyson fish that are just trying to get by like the rest of us. The lion-tail macaque because they'll open hand slap squirrels and then steal their fruit, applying a 5-finger discount right across their little squirrel faces. And why do they do this? Easy. Because they can. Dolphins of any kind because they seem to get sadistic pleasure out of torturing other animals. Dolphins will play volleyball with baby sharks and bully porpoises to death. These squeaking psychopaths will chase fish onto the shore, watch them suffocate to death, and then eat them. But the real Hall of Fame menace to society is the honey badger because they have violence as a default. Imagine someone breaks into your house, steals your food, and then throws a temper tantrum because you caught them. That's the nonsense this Roy Fair pulls. I didn't even talk about the fact that they tear off the balls of other animals.
Seriously, honey badgers are crazy as fuck, right? I've seen other clips of Casual Geographic where he talks about this, and honey badgers just sounds like one of those crazies, right? Who basically, they are the one at fault, but they would be the one who's screaming loudly, like it's our fault or something like that, right? They are just psychopaths, basically. It sounds like that.
Some facts you didn't know about this Australian animal. Not all dingoes are ginger, some are black and tan, and some are Caucasian. But a lot of people think only pure dingoes are ginger, which is not only wrong, it's a little racist. Dingoes are believed to have come from Southeast Asia anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. If a dingo eats your child and you plead to police dingo ate my baby, you're probably going to jail. I say that because it actually happened and the mother and dingo...
That's a Satan spawn, look at that face.
...going to prison. The police actually knew it was a dingo, but they didn't want the news of a dingo attack to affect tourism, so they let her take the fall. They're not really a breed of dog, they're wild animals that people sometimes have as pets. But as pack animals, dingoes require a lot of attention and affection, and they get emotionally damaged if they're denied it. The same animal that can send a kangaroo running is as clingy as lint. They have rotating wrists that allow them to climb trees and open doors, making them the biggest ops to farmers because there aren't a lot of fences that dingo can't climb. In fact, the longest fence in the world was built to keep these Cheeto puppies from clapping sheep.
Yeah.
It's 3,488 miles long. They don't really bark, they go for a yodel-like howl. They mate for life. No fact here, this is just cute.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, so those are the facts that would kind of impress the teacher and also scar the teacher based on what your teacher's about. If your teacher is all about animals, I guess, yeah, it would impress it. If your teacher is all about history and science, yeah, your teacher would be scarred for life after hearing certain facts like that. But yeah, seriously, dolphins and orcas, they are some fucked up creatures, right? Fucked up in the head. The way, I mean, they torture their prey before eating them, even if they're going to eat them. They might not even eat them. So that's just fucked up. Seriously, dolphins are, everybody goes to SeaWorld and shit, like, oh, dolphins, aren't they cute? There's some fucked up thoughts going inside their head. Right, people, that was animal facts that will impress your teacher for 10 minutes straight by the channel Casual Geographics. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know which type of videos to react to more, and you'll be supporting my channel by subscribing. Follow me on the Twitter. There's a new Twitter account I created for this channel, right? Twitter CG Reaction. It's in the description. I'll be tweeting every time I upload a new video, so check that out. Yeah, I guess I'll see you next time.